Now, today I thought normally this is an Anusara inspired practice, and I don't normally do, I got out of the habit of doing the invocation, but I thought today we might actually just start with talking a little bit about the invocation, and then I can kind of sing it to you, and then we can kind of begin. And then from here on in, I'll start just weaving the invocation into the beginning of classes all the time so that we've got that setting. So one of the things that we practice when we practice Anusara Yoga is always reminding ourselves of the highest first. So when we take the seat and we step into the chant of the invocation, what we're doing is just reminding ourselves that we're stepping into that that flow of grace, like connecting to the bigger part of us that knows the truth of who we are and the truth of and our essential nature. Because all the frustration and suffering and all of the other stuff that kind of gets laid on top isn't really who we are. So I thought what I would do is read out the Sanskrit and then read the translation of the sentence afterwards, and then we will go from there. So Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. So I honor the essence of being, the auspicious one, the luminous teacher within and without. So I was acknowledging that there is this teacher and there's this essence of being that is auspicious, that's within you and is your teacher just as much as life is part of your teacher as well. Sacchidananda-murtaya, who assumes the forms of truth, consciousness, and bliss. So when we're practicing yoga, what we're essentially working towards is anchoring ourselves more into those three highest goals or aspirations of yoga, which is truth, consciousness, and bliss. So connecting to the truth of who we are, understanding the nature of consciousness, which we talk a lot in the mindfulness on Monday nights. We talk about understanding consciousness, and I bring it up when we're playing on the mat in our classes as well. And then that third one, Ananda, is the bliss, right? So when we peel everything back, lying beneath it all is this beautiful sense of bliss, which is greater and bigger than a sense of happiness or joy. It's just this continuous state of being. Nisprapancaya, shantaya is never absent and full of peace. So reminding you that this part of who you are is always with you and it is full of peace. So you find this place of peace, contentment, all of those wonderful words. And Niralambaya tejase is ultimately free and sparkles with a divine luster, which I really love, right? So there's this freedom that comes from the practice of yoga and a luminosity as well, right? There's this lustrousness that comes to it as you start kind of peeling back the layers of who you thought you were and really connecting to who you actually are, which according to this, you're auspicious, you are the luminous teacher, you are truth, you are consciousness, you are bliss, you are full of peace, and you are free, and you sparkle with the beautiful divine luster, which is a wonderful reminder that this is who you are. So when we sing this at the beginning of class, or when I sing this at the beginning of class for you, there's an anchoring back and a reminder of who you really are, because as we move through life, the tendency of the human is to forget. Oh, I forgot that I was ultimately free, like, because I've created this prison for myself. Or I forgot that I was, I can live from a place of bliss. So we forget, so we have to keep reminding ourselves. And when we come and we practice the yoga, really all it is just a practice of remembrance or revelation, and connecting back into that part of us that knows we're way more than whatever we might be experiencing in any given moment. Alrighty, so shall we take our thighs back and apart and just exhale, lift your pubic bone towards your navel and close your eyes and tune into the rhythm and flow of your breath. And as you take an inhalation, just take that bright breath in and feel the fullness of who you are within. With every inhalation, you're reminded that you are full. There's nothing missing. And with every exhalation, it's a beautiful letting go of everything that might be holding you back from that connection to the freedom and the luminosity and the truth and the bliss and the peace. Allow yourself with every inhalation just to feel that inner expansion, your ribs moving outwards and broadening, the sides of your body growing long. With every exhalation, just allow your seat bones to settle into the earth and shoulder blades to soften down your back. Feel and connect to that inner brightness. And keeping your eyes closed, you can bring your hands together in front of your heart. Continuing to focus on the fullness of your inner being as you inhale and the softening and surrender into that as you exhale. Om namah shivaya gurave sacchidananda-murtaya Nisprapancaya shantaya Niralambaya tejase. Om. Bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. Inhale, lift your head and open your eyes.